Kansas City Chiefs always seem to find just dudes in the draft, and the 2023 NFL draft was no different, as the Chiefs came away with probably 4 or 5 starters, or at least 4 or 5 guys that you're keeping an eye on, and yeah, you're pretty excited about. And like I said, they just always seem to draft well, whether it's at the bottom end of the first round all the way into the later rounds. They always find that talent, and I'm really excited to kind of go over and grade their 2023 NFL draft class. So you got to start by talking about Felix Anudike-Uzomah coming up out of Kansas State. 46 tackles for the Wildcats last year, 11 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks, and a 74.6 PFF grade. I just love the value here, waiting until the end of the first round. Like, yes, you had a lot of other edge rushers that went before him, but overall, you do like the value here for the Chiefs. I had to give this one an A because, yeah, he's going to come in and start right away, or at least be a guy that just comes off the edge. Him and George Karlaftis are the future, and I'm really excited about it. And so in the second round, the Chiefs addressed a need that low key you have one of the best you have the best quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes. We all know that. But if you can get him a wide receiver that can be a number one, obviously you've got Travis Kelce, but Rashid Rice is going to be that dude in the NFL. I can't wait. For SMU last year, 96 total catches, 1,355 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Can you just imagine what he's going to do with Patrick Mahomes? Like, this is just unfair. You get a solid player at a solid position, and yes, I'm really excited about it. And then in the third round, you get Wanya Morris, the tackle out of Oklahoma. I think Wanya Morris has the potential to be not only a starter in the NFL, but a very, very good player. So Wanya Morris, last year for the Sooners, 303 pass blocking snaps, had a couple of sacks as well as allowed a couple of quarterback hits, but he did have a 76.6 PFF grade. I think with his size and his length and his athleticism, there's a lot of things to work with, and we've seen the Chiefs time after time get those guys in the day 2, day 3 guys that can come in and start along their offensive line. Just look at guys like Trey Smith coming up out of Tennessee a couple of years ago. I know he was a 6th-round pick. Also, you have, in my opinion, probably one of the best centers in the league right now in Creed Humphrey. Probably is the best. Him and Jason Kelce are just absolute dudes, but Wanya Morris could be that dude as well, and could really start for the Chiefs at right tackle this year, maybe a little bit down the line after you kind of go through some, button up some of his issues as far as technical stuff. But I mean, that goes for a lot of these guys in the third round. So I'm excited for Wanya Morris, here, coming up out of Oklahoma. In the fourth round, the Chiefs selected cornerback Shamari Connor out of Virginia Tech. I love this pick for a lot of different reasons. Yes, he can play safety. He can play corner. I think he can play inside, outside, nickel, corner, whatever you want him to. Last year for Virginia Tech had 67 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a 67.7 PFF coverage grade. So I really like the depth here of getting a guy that really can do it all coming up out of Virginia Tech. So he's going to be a guy you want to keep an eye on in camp. Maybe he crack the starting lineup. I don't know, but right away, I think he's going to be a guy that at least adds to the solid depth there. Then in the 5th round, they get edge player B.J. Thompson out of Stephen F. Austin State, 26 tackles, 9.5 sacks, and 12.5 tackles for loss last year. So, the thing about him, yes, small school guy, but he's got the size, he's got the speed, a little bit of technical refinement, and I think he could be a very, very good piece to bring off the bench and do a lot of interesting things for you. So I'm really excited about him. Keandre Coburn, this might be the steal of the draft, legitimately. So they needed some help on the defensive tackle room after losing some guys. So 29 tackles, 2.5 tackles, or 4 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and a 77.1 PFF grade. He's good in the run. He's good in the pass game. I would say he's more of a run stuffer at this point, but there's a lot of things in the pass rush game that you can really work with here and really hone down on in terms of skills. So I'm really excited for Keandre Coburn. I think, again, this might be the steal of the draft. He's not going to be a starter. You've already got guys like Chris Jones, but he's going to be a guy that really could come in, learn a lot from Jones, and develop into a starter a little bit later on down the line. I had him more as a 4th or 5th round pick, so to get him in the 6th is a little bit of a steal. Then finally in the 7th round, getting Nick Jones, the corner out of Ball State, 23 tackles, 2 interceptions, as well as a 68.7 PFF coverage grade. Yes, I mean, one of those guys that is more of a coverage guy that's going to come in. You like his size, you like his speed. Not going to be a starter, but might be a special team standout, and you're really excited to see really how it all goes downhill from there. But that is it. As far as an overall draft grade, we gave it an A. I mean, just looking at FAU, if you will, as the first pick here, excuse me. You have three guys that could potentially start for you right away. Then Shamari Connor's going to come off the bench, do some things on special teams, and then also, BJ Thompson was a very underrated guy in my mind. Keandre Coburn, steal of the Chiefs, the Chiefs draft here. So I really like what the Chiefs did here, and you can't give them anything but an A. And I think they at least got 3, maybe 4 starters in this particular draft. But that is it. That is us grading the Kansas City Chiefs 2023 NFL Draft Class. Let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all your support. You guys are all truly awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below. And we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think of our grading of the Kansas City Chiefs 2023 NFL Draft Class.